Welcome back to Weekend Movie where I am Jacob,
I
and that
had
is
I had
definitely idiot.
I had the itch.
That's definitely idiot. Yep. You're just idiot. You're just accepting it. You're not going to say your real name.
I think it's right there.
It is right there. That is true. Well, that's one of
It's
his
right
names.
there.
So.
Canonical reasons, we should just change that to idiot and just see how it goes.
No, we should not. Let's not. Oh, also, Zachary, you forgot to introduce a member of the fam.
Oh, yeah, and there is Magic Mike, along with Magic Mike.
That is
Right
true.
there. Twins.
All right, we are watching the mid-season.
I I have a little plug. I can do this today, which is really weird.
Oh,
If you guys are in the Ohio state, that came off weird. If you're in the if you're in the Fairfield area in Ohio, we have a store here called Jungle Gyms International. It's where I work. I was on their podcast. The episode will be out on Wednesday, and I promote our show. It was pretty exciting. We talked about movies for a little bit on the podcast, so go check it out. Let me know what you think of the store, and tell Mark I said hi. That felt weird, but hey.
don't really know how much it's good for you to shout out where you live and where you work on live on the internet, but hey,
It's
everybody does.
called the Jungle Gyms International Podcast. I really can't hide that fact. I
Yeah,
say my
but
job profession in the podcast.
I think you forgot was the Jungle Gym actually has several stores, and you shout out and you shout out the exact store that you worked at when they could have done.
The description of the video has the Fairfield
Yeah.
location.
Okay. Well, you know
So
what?
I'm not really hurting myself.
Just
And
really
it's
trying
a
to help.
grocery store. People come to my store to grocery shop. It's not like going, "Where's Ray at?" I don't know. I doubt.
No, we're we're growing as a community.
I know. I know.
Oh, also, little weird fun fact for everybody out there. I posted our first ever TikTok um, on
You what?
TikTok. I posted our
So
first
someone
ever.
actually used the TikTok account that I made.
Yes, I did. I did. Um, and here's the thing. It got 800, 900 views in like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, or something like that. Not uncommon. It's all good. TikTok is TikTok. And
Hey,
it
it's a
has not
big deal for this kid.
has not moved since. I think the bigger deal is the fact that Expendables 4 trailer reaction is still growing. I thought
Where are
maybe
we
we
at
had that.
now?
We're at 40,000 views that video.
Guys, we get it. You want to see what we think?
Or you want to see Megan Fox for a split second. That
Yeah,
freeze frame
honestly,
is literally
but
you blink and you
but
miss it.
but here's my thing. Here's my thing. At 1,000 views, I believe it. I believe it. At 15,000 views, it's still believable. At 40, there's no way it's just about her.
I mean, I don't know. We all have. I don't know. It's crazy though. It is
God,
crazy. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed because of that video, which is like 40 of you. So thank you.
welcome to the crazy
Also,
brigade that
Chucky, I
is.
think, also brought in a few people as well, which is really sad. So that's something we can talk about. Dress to Kill is the mid-season finale. We don't know
For
when
a
it will
long
return,
time. Well,
especially if the second strike happens. Then yes, yeah,
wait, huh? Wait, what?
we can talk about it on the podcast. It's all good. Different day, different story. My brain hurts. Which is,
So close.
I know. I will have to say there is a teaser for what's to come out on the internet they released at the end of this because they did shoot some stuff and so they cut some stuff together to get people excited. So we'll react to that before we do the review portion. The review portion will cover the first 4 episodes this time around to tell us how we feel about the first half of the season and how it
Overall.
compares to the seasons beforehand. Not to the movies because I do think Chucky has a different vibe than most of the movies.
I
So
agree.
just the TV show itself. So
Before we get started, I have one more thing. I really don't get to talk about this yet, but I wanted to give a huge rest in peace to Mr. Matthew Perry
Oh,
from
yeah.
Friends. Jacob can not take this as an understatement for both of us. That is one of the most important shows in our childhood, and Chandler Bing was one of my favorite characters on TV and still is. And so our thoughts and wishes go out to his friends and family. We hope they're doing well. And go watch an episode of Friends and laugh a little bit. Make your day better.
Cool. I do agree. I agree. It's very sad news. Things like that, but what's not?
Let's move on to a doll that went to the doctor.
It's one of the best moments of television I've ever seen in my life. All right. With that being said, we're gonna watch the intro. We'll do the recap. We'll watch the recap. We'll do all the fun stuff like normal for anybody out there who's watching it with us who likes to skip things. We watch all 44 minutes and 59 seconds normally. So
Because we can't stay in sync if we don't do it that way.
true, we have to start at 0-0. If we skip a little bit ahead, we're all just screwed. Okay, there's no reason to
Jacob
continue.
goes, "What do you mean?" And he hears me go, "Whoa!" And we both go, "What do you mean?"
Exactly. And for movies we've already seen, that's fine. But for things we haven't seen, it's annoying.
Yeah. To watch some of our commentaries, you'll see. It's really funny.
All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get on started.
In a 3, in a 2, in a 1, and a here, a we, a give.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Never gets old.
Oh my god. That episode is so fucking iconic. Like, they did so many things. I would say so because
You called it, man.
he looked older.
Yeah, you called it.
I know my Chucky dolls. If anybody should know their Chucky dolls, it should be me.
I would hope.
Oh.
I hate that guy. This is such a weird connection to this show, but not really. Whenever they do any of the White House shit, you know what it makes me think of? House of Cards.
Dude, I would say it's a really high praise. So good for Chucky for
For most people, that wouldn't be a high praise anymore.
I meant for because like it really did feel like you were in the White House when during House of Cards. So good for Chucky for really getting the White House.
They nailed it. Do you think any of the costumes at this costume party are going to be references?
Yes, I agree. Oh, also, fun fact on the internet this week, someone had asked because obviously they went on break, and so they were asking a bunch of different questions and stuff. And one of the questions, would we ever have a Megan crossover with
I don't
Chucky?
want it.
And the creator was like, "Never say never."
How would you feel about it?
I feel like Megan would probably win. Sorry, Chucky.
Probably.
She'd pick you up. Oh. Oh.
Yep, there's the Phantom of the Opera just staring you in the deadlight. Oh. I thought he recognized something on the doll. I'm like, what'd you see? You just recognized the costume. Nothing big there, guys. Sorry.
He does. Oh my god, that look.
He
He
does.
looks so terrifying.
Is that why he's wearing the mask? Because he doesn't want to put on the makeup?
He's like, I don't have to.
This is
Oh
the
my
one day
god.
of the year where I get to wear a mask.
Okay, Chucky. That's crazy. We haven't seen him act yet. I just love how he tells
The
the truth.
doll looks so good in this outfit.
I know.
Come back. The cough.
Oh, do you see his teeth?
That was weird.
They really did. This is interesting. Those are voodoo dolls. Curious that means. But it's really
I think
interesting.
it means Chucky involves voodoo.
What?
I think it means Chucky involves voodoo. I got you back, buddy.
Oh. So you think it's more like straightforward, like voodoo hoodoo?
Yeah, pretty much. There's no other way to get around that. That's just pretty much straightforward. Hey.
Well, you never know. We're already having do voodooism. Maybe he brings out a doll and starts poking people. You never know. Breaks a
We're out
leg,
of prison.
breaks an arm. Are we out of prison? Oh my god, I think we are out of prison. Why are we out of prison? Who are we getting out of prison? Are we breaking someone out? Oh my god, Tiffany's in prison.
No. Tiffany is in prison. But what is going to happen to Tiffany in prison?
Oh.
She's in Texas, Jake. Never mind, she's not in this episode. Never mind.
Who?
It didn't say Jennifer Tilly.
Zachary.
I can be wrong sometimes. It's okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who's that? Her titties are not tittying in that dress suit. Well, then you should probably be in prison. I'm just gonna be honest.
I wonder if Jennifer was like, I'm tired of calling myself Jennifer. Just say Tiffany. I have played myself for almost a decade. Let it rest.
The blue eyeshadow is a very interesting choice. Rude.
I didn't think we can get anything with her.
Zachary, it's fucking Jennifer Tilly. How are they not
No,
gonna do?
Jacob, it's Tiffany fucking Valentine. Get it right.
Oh, see, from that angle, her titties were tittying. Never mind, I take it back. Just bad angle. Oh, so yeah, she got the death penalty.
Yeah, remember?
I kind of forgot about it, actually. But yeah, she got the death penalty. We're definitely going to explore that.
You were so focused. You were so focused on Chucky going to the doctor.
Honestly, everything else was a spoiler. Well, not that first kill. This is not shocking.
Has anybody ever won an award playing themselves?
Maybe, I don't know.
3 weeks today for them. 7 to 8 months for us.
Shut up. Oh, so they're gonna fuck. Okay, understood.
She looks
6:17.
different now that she's just playing Tiffany. She doesn't look like like.
Of course, you gave him a knife. Did he ask for a really big knife? Do you think he actually asked for it? He's like, Daddy, can I have the biggest knife in the kitchen? Who
Wait,
directed?
wait, 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 wait. Their costumes are JFK and Jackie Kennedy. On the one night, I really wouldn't do that as a costume duo. Interesting. Mary Poppins, y'all.
Gilpin.
Annie Giplin.
Yeah, see, I love how we're both like, who is this person? Do we know them?
Giplin. Do we know an Annie Giplin?
I don't think so.
Do we know a Giplin?
Not in the Chucky
Why is this
universe.
bothering me so? We don't know this Giplin girl. She gonna die.
But she is playing her heart out.
How much do you think Dawn had to go ask Disney? Can we use one of your most cherished characters in my show
And can I murder them brutally
with the umbrella?
with the knife? We already did Umbrella Death.
I think it was a wasted opportunity that they're going to get Mary Poppins.
Oh, oh my gosh! Look at his eyes.
He looks angry. Well, yeah, he looks older.
I ain't gonna lie, he looks fucking adorable with that mask on.
You're one of the dumbest kids I've ever worked with. Keep up the great work.
You know, you being such an idiot is really making me murder everybody in this White House, and it's working perfectly. Who's the random? Yeah.
That's the rec room. It looks like the basement with a TV.
Well, it would be the basement with the TV. Wait, why did that bitch look familiar?
Do you know why she looks familiar, Jacob?
No, who?
That is the voice of Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
What an interesting.
And it's also the lady that in the Chucky universe that created the Swedish meatballs that Chucky loved the most.
Aw.
such a casual conversation about that.
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
No, thank you. I appreciate it, though. Not yet, but I'm okay. Um, chicken rings and onion petals. Thank you. At least I think that's the voice of Belle.
I am going to look it up.
But, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no. She's from My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, yeah, that's the main person.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do they keep showing the time?
Oh. Oh my God! It's like Bob the Builder, Chucky. We have gay slutty cowboy Chucky, Bob the Builder Chucky, and just slutty Chucky.
There, there's no other way around that one.
Okay.
He's taking all the weapons. But yeah.
Okay. She's like, I hate Halloween. Gets to a party, automatically smiles and be like, Halloween's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Oh, okay. Now she looks overwhelmed. The smile is not turned to dread. Jake being like, Dad, is that you? Uncle, is that you? Priest, is that you?
Huh? Apparently, I really missed something here. This is a Jacob that's been doing way too much today. What I miss, bud?
Oh, it's because it says in Seawall he played Jake's parent and his
Oh.
uncle and the priest. So he's like, oh my god.
Wait, that's
Okay.
not Chucky.
Oh my god, are there now ghosts running amok? Oh, it's definitely something, Zachary.
But it's not Chucky.
Because the height?
No. Look at his face if they show him again.
Oh, no, it's not Chucky. That's a lot of makeup for a child. Whoa. The score.
The outfit that Joseph was wearing in that picture.
It's the same outfit. Trying to figure out if it's real or not.
That's my thing.
I guess it's
Did they
psychosis.
did they smoke a nice fat bong before they came down and he's just having one of his episodes? Isn't that too on the nose?
Great.
You're at a party. Drinks are free.
So this is a fundraiser.
It's $1 million per drink. So we raised that 10 million. You're welcome. Secret Service, Secret Service. Where you at, buddy? Secret Service. There you see.
She made her skirt the perfect length. Oh, the chandelier. I am sorry. This is so. I got no words. I really don't know how to describe the type of feelings that I feel like today. They did such a good.
Is so good. The motions it's doing are fascinating.
Like, I can see so many emotions in his eyes.
It's
His eyes
nuts.
are not real. Oh,
Bring that knife next to him.
he's so happy. He's so excited for it. He's like, just give it to me. I want it. It's mine.
This kid is petrified of the nocturnal paranormal, and you're going, "Hey kid, you see anything in the White House?" Never mind, this kid's fascinated with what's going on. All right, Giplin.
He left the knife.
And also
Oh,
gone.
wow. He like got up and wow, she did a good job too. And well, actually, that's never mind. She did a good job. We'll put it that way. I thought it was so complicated, and yet you just walked upstairs like it was nothing. Do you need to call a Secret Service agent?
You didn't have to call a Secret Service agent.
Okay, I'm sorry. We have 18 minutes left. No
Huh?
one has died.
You're bullshitting.
I am not. We have 18.
This is running at a very interesting pace. Hey, Jacob.
Thank you. I got that reference.
It's like Captain America in the first Avengers movie. I got that reference.
She has to be terrified.
You kidding me? You've got 17 minutes, Joe. Pick it up.
Well, we are building up a relationship because I do think they're going to end up together if they don't die.
No, Jacob, let's be real. You have a theory about this show and you want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. That's Tiffany. That's Charles. It's written in plain sight. Doesn't he look oddly similar to so many other people that have ruined my life?
Yeah, when Jake shook his hand, he's like, I feel like I've seen you in the past life. Twice.
3 times. 4? This is weird.
Weren't you in a Catholic school?
Did I blow you up in an Exorcist?
Is there a coincidence?
I thought we agreed it wasn't. But then again, I know.
I thought they're going to say a multiverse. I'm like, we're not there yet.
No. Just leave it alone. I know how tempting it could be, Don. But look what it did to the MCU.
I don't know. Loki's pretty much fixing that problem.
In more ways than one. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
It's a touching moment.
That's because she wanted to, not because she had to. I want to.
There wasn't.
TV show's good.
Oh, you're watching Chucky.
Yeah.
They're going to stab the wrong kid.
The little gay.
Oh, are they together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Did you see Jake's weapon of choice?
If they were
course
friends,
true.
they'd be called faggots.
I am alive.
First comment on this video. What the heck is the faggot?
What? What happened?
Zachary said, first comment on this video. What the heck is a faggot? Okay, you really gotta walk away now. Oh, voodoo dolls.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this plugged in, by the way. I'm getting 350 Mbps.
Good.
It was at 40, went up to 150 on Wi-Fi. Then with the Ethernet, it's 350. So I'm keeping plugged in.
See, I told you voodoo was gonna be brought involved.
PlayStation a little closer though.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Just be careful when you're coming in the room.
I'll trip and die. It's fine. Did I not tell you that voodooism is going to be brought involved? She didn't piss off any. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Babe, it's almost over. Yeah, mine was worth it.
Oh no! I bet she had a blast.
I understand why they hired a comedian for this one.
Jesus.
Oh, damn. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, we still have time. It's like, this is how it's gonna end.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. One more.
Okay.
No way.
What? Oh, do you see the fog coming in? Is it just them in the room? No. Is Chucky gonna
What is
reveal
about to
himself?
happen?
Oh, the chandelier is gonna fall.
Oh no. Oh no. Mary Poppins won't fly today. Instead, she's gonna meet the ground pretty hard. How many people is that gonna get?
It could be a lot.
No way. How to feel it. You know what doesn't look good? Running after the president.
Yeah, no, it does not look good. No, it does not look good at all. That's it. Nope. That is not it. What else is next? They really are letting her have some fun. Very well.
It's still not over, Jake.
I know. Do you think that's enough?
He did it.
Did he?
He's gonna look in the mirror. Or did he make it worse?
Oh my god, you see? He looks
Yeah, I
horrible.
do. Oh my god. Well, sorry.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to head over to YouTube,
Oh, that's
like normal.
that's right. Obviously, that's where I was going.
Yeah,
Clearly,
I know. I saw you. Oh my god, damn, he looks bad. Oh wow, he looks real bad. Wow. Okay, let me know when you get there.
he's not dead yet. Promo.
Yep, that's the one I clicked on.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my God. Oh,
Wait, who is that?
that was Brad Dourif,
That's what I thought. That's interesting.
and they're clearly saying it's season 3, part 2, 2024. So it's not.
Yeah. They had already really announced that it was going to be coming out next year. Interestingly enough, yeah, give these writers credit. They're really willing to really experiment with the voodoo stuff. Would agree. I would agree if he is playing human Charles Lee Ray. I wonder how they would do that because Charles Lee Ray, technically, the man himself had died,
He
which is
died.
the reason why. So I'd be really curious to see. But they're doing voodooism, which voodooism really does play well with necromancy and things like that. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. And so
They have to roll a d20 for necromancy damage.
okay. Well, they so
They
they
really threw him off with
essentially
that one.
yeah. They essentially would have to bring him back to life, which is I would say is possible. I do agree. It also does feel like the final season. It feels like the end. Possibly Chucky altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that was amazing, and it gave us so many goodies. I'd also like to mention that all of this stuff that you guys are seeing, in this final promo is only from the next 2 episodes, because they
That's
haven't filmed
crazy.
anything from 7 or 8 yet. They filmed, I think, the opening of 7, so it could be some of this stuff could be from the opening before the title, but mostly this is all from the next 2 episodes that we'll get eventually once they're able to go back to filming and getting them done and stuff. And I'm sure
Yeah.
Sci-Fi and USA will try to put them out as fast as they can. So you best believe when they can start working, they will
They're
be
going to
there.
work.
But that being said, Zachary, I want to know your thoughts and opinions overall on Chucky season 3, how it compares to Chucky season 1 and season 2, and so forth. This is obviously only half the story, but based on this half, where are you at? What's your feelings?
As of right now, they are on a interesting pace. I This is definitely more a dark. It's not. It's weird calling Chucky darker than Chucky, but this is definitely dealing with darker stuff than Chucky usually deals with. Um, I think the performances in this season are infinitely better, but I agree with what you're saying in that this feels like a final season to a show because they're getting rid of a lot of our main people. Like we lost Miss Fairchild. They're killing off what I thought would be important characters moving into the second half of the season, like the reporter, and they put a really weird essence on that Gipling girl, which I found odd because that really didn't add anything except her face being sawed off, which I thought was interesting.
I would actually maybe say that the actress really just decided this is my
To
opportunity to really make a shine. I'm
impact.
gonna give it all I can.
I have to say though, of all four, this is my least favorite.
Okay.
I think I objectively 3 is the best of the bunch, but my biggest issue with this one in particular was the fact that it's like my biggest issue with Mando season 3 this past year, or the episode where Jack Black was in the episode, and it felt like, hey, let's put a lot of emphasis on Jack Black's character, and they had to do a lot of random scenes with him that just didn't make sense. Tiffany's kill of Evelyn, I felt went on way too long, and that could have been with story details about Chucky, what he's doing. They really started getting into his and Henry's relationship, and I kind of wish we would just saw a bit more. So I feel like while the pacing was nice, it did go by pretty quickly, and we got some interesting things, but I don't feel like it progressed. Besides seeing Chucky at the end aged,
Mm.
it still feels like we really didn't get like an idea of like where the second half is going to go. Obviously, he's older, but what's that going to entail? And I really wish they would have shown Tiffany in the promo out of jail. I think it would have been interesting to see if whether or not how she got out of jail.
I don't necessarily know if she was out of jail. She could have just got a better cell
That's true too.
because she is now controlling a guard, which means that she could find a way to get more free shit type of thing. So it is possible that she could still be in jail. I would
Mhm.
agree, but I can understand why they showed her. Also, like from like a story standpoint, um, this he
Also,
breaks down,
didn't
calls her.
didn't the credits credit Fiona
No, they did
at
not.
all? Oh, I thought they did.
No, they did not.
I'm curious. Again, I think everybody's biggest issue I've seen with this season is, what's this Caroline story going to be? Where are we going to go with it? Because it doesn't look like there's going to be much Caroline from what we're seeing in the second half of the season. And I think it's very, I hope they tie that up in some way, shape, or form. And like it adds on to like, what is that angle? Like when we get her back, will she want to go to Lexi or will she want to stay with Chucky? Like I'm really curious to see how they're going to tie that up within with the second half of the season. Overall, though, I still think season two is the best of the three of them so far. I appreciated how wacky and crazy Don got with that season in particular. I feel like he's kind of brought it back down a little bit from that season going into this one, and it's mainly because he has less dolls to focus on. There's not as much wacky and zany going on with this season. It's mainly focusing on Chucky and the three kids, and so I found it interesting. I thought the good guy doll costumes, while looked cool, I think were too on the nose. I feel like if people were smarter in this show, they probably would have realized why are they wearing good guy dolls costumes because that doesn't really like scream out that era of kids knowing, hey, that's a good guy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I I don't know. The pacing of this episode was interesting, and I thought the reveal at the end was awesome. He definitely looks more like Brad as a puppet, which I thought was awesome. And I I don't want them to throw away what they're setting up between the older brother and Lexi because I actually really do like their chemistry together, and they do have something that they can bond over. And I think it'd be really cool to see how he reacts to the rest of the crew. However, I do think they made stupid decisions by the end of the episode, running after the president. Like I said during the reaction, not the brightest idea at the moment at the
Yeah,
time.
but it looked like almost everybody else was running after him, so I think they did kind of skate by. I think the part that I think is going to cause a lot more questions if anything does come out of it, which there's a possibility nothing could come out of it as well, is the
Mhm.
fact that they're hunting for the doll, hunting for his
And they kept
brother
bringing it up.
and things. I think that could lead to more issues. So I looked it up. So obviously we talked about the one person Tiffany kills. The other one, Sarah Sherman, also is a cameo actress for the TV show as well. She is the one who plays the nanny.
Mhm.
In because that's the reason why they put such an emphasis and stuff. She's a comedian as well.
Ah,
She's a
I
professional
wonder why.
comedian, and she also is a different.
I wonder why they're putting such emphasis on these comedian kills, like Keenan Thompson in the last one, then we got these two in this one. Like, was there just like an idea, or like does Don really like these comedians and wanted to give them something to do in the show?
I don't know. For instance, I did watch the inside for last episode. And there was nothing really about
Keenan?
him in it at all. This one is talking about them in particular, so maybe I'll have more information to share if we remember the question at a future date.
Now, I know we both liked the kill last week with Keenan with the umbrella. How does it make you feel that they're putting extra time on these kills in particular and taking away from some story time that we could get instead of focusing on the kills?
Well, here's the thing. Chucky itself. Yes, I love the story of Chucky. I love what they're doing with Chucky, and I think there could be something else to say with last season with all the different little Chuckies running around. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, how necessary was the battle between two Chuckies? Like, in like retrospect, when thinking about character development and all this other stuff, like, yeah, that could be going on, but like, how super important is it for us to be so focused on this idea, like last season and
Mhm.
things? Uh,
Mhm.
to me, obviously I felt like it moved the plot, but I think there is a conversation to be had there that maybe it wasn't super duper necessary for us to be focused so heavily on this. And I think
Yeah.
this season, because a lot of people, we loved the second season, a lot of people loved the second season, but a lot of people had asked, particularly for this TV show to go back to its original horror roots, especially
Mhm.
if it is the final season, and instead of doing something on other lines, really zany, crazy, like what they're doing with last season, which he got to do. He got that all out
For
of the
sure.
system. They wanted a much more like kill centric. They wanted a higher body count, and they wanted it to be darker. They wanted to explore different themes and more interesting themes and things. That was a big comment from the community, from the fans and things. And that was on, the circuits and things. Like a lot of the questions that came out last season were, is season 3 going to be just as crazy as season 2? Or are we going to reel it back in? A lot of people wanted them to reel it back in. And
Mhm.
so I think their response was, okay, we'll reel it back in. We'll do something different with the story that's smaller, more intimate, but
Mhm.
we'll still have these crazy, elaborate things going on
That
as
happened
well,
in the episodes.
such as the umbrella kill scene, which is going to become iconic in the entire franchise. I don't necessarily think the girl like cutting the voodoo stuff. I thought it's really interesting. And I think the only thing I can say with the voodoo kill, particularly, one, they had to show it how it worked. Do I agree? Do I think it went on too long? I definitely do agree. I almost think her burning herself at the fryer with her face and things should have been the
The end
the
of
end
it.
of it before doing the bucket, especially because later on we have the girl who gets her face sawed
Yeah.
very similarly type of thing. So we'd already seen something very much like it. My only other issue with that particular scene, because the way they shot it and the way they probably had to shoot it,
Mhm.
especially with the knife, normally they're pretty good with the makeup and things, but I'm assuming the way they had to shoot it, they didn't really have a choice. um, it one looked a little too CGI for my liking, which is
I
fine,
agree.
but it has to happen. I'm not complaining, but also none of the cuts looked real. Um, until like the after shot or something or those lines, it looked like they spread like jelly on the knife, and she pressed the jelly to the
To
thing.
her.
So that was like my only big complaint. I liked how far it went though. Like that's only the good thing about having a long kill sequence is that it does go much further. Like
Mhm.
last episode, it was so shocking because of how long that went on for. I mean, how far do you press an umbrella into someone's esophagus? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna say it's a mixed bag in my opinion when it comes to these things. But I also think it's their way of being like, Chucky's always done this. This is Chucky's go to. This is Jennifer's, this is Tiffany's go to. So then again, I
Mhm.
don't really think it's out of character, you know?
No, I agree.
And I think there's a lot of people that watch the show for the kills. I mean, we have a kill count every season. We have, all these different things. I mean, last season, he went on a talk show in the middle of the TV show and killed someone off who wasn't even a part of the TV show at all. So I don't know.
I
I think
get you.
that's where I lay. I think
So
the
where
issue
are you
being,
at now with the show? Like with the first four, and like where are you ranking it within right now within the first?
so I definitely have to agree. I still think season 2 is a bit better, but then again,
Mhm.
I've seen the whole thing, so I think that also plays a big factor. Season 1, just like when I watched it and we watched it partially together and things, and we talked about it and stuff. Season 1, I felt like it took a long time to find its like true like footing,
It's footing.
and it's harder. Sorry, he's playing DVD. Uh,
That
and
man's a highlight of this commentary.
truly. And so, like, with season 1, I felt like it took too long to find its footing. I understand you need to develop these characters that I now love, and I'm happy that we took the time. But back then, I was mad because we weren't playing with characters that I already knew and that I wanted to see, and I knew things were coming. That's a
Yeah.
season that I almost wish I didn't know anything going into. Like, I didn't watch any of the trailers, but I watched everything for it because I was so looking forward to it. Season 2, I went the exact opposite route, and I watched like one trailer for it, and I was like, "Yep, I'm good. Let's watch."
We're good to go.
Then I didn't watch it air. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I didn't watch it air. I forgot a lot of things were happening when this TV show came out last year, and so like I just didn't. I didn't do it. I binged it. The last like 6 episodes, and it was beautiful. I think
That's how we both did it.
I think that also plays a big factor. Watching this weekly, like we do, which I love, and I love the community that we're building and stuff from it and things, and I wouldn't have changed it. Now we're at this point where season 2 was better, but objectively speaking, that one episode, like last episode in season 3, was almost as good as the entire season
Entirety
2
of season 2.
So just because I'm not loving everything doesn't mean Chucky is not at the top. Chucky in his little mask today was gorgeous. I loved, him.
My favorite shot is him pulling that. Yes. The way the hands looked was so well done. And the eyes, I agree with you 100%. The way the eyes looked behind the mask looked awesome.
There's just a lot of elements to it I think they're getting right. And I also think there's elements to it that they're just not. And I think it has a big part to do is that we have so many characters, so many storylines that are open, that in that regard, spending so much time with Jennifer, setting up how the voodoo dolls work and things, in case no one knows how voodoo doll works, which, to be fair, voodoo is not really something we talk about anymore. So maybe people don't know how voodoo dolls work. So we have to show how they work. Maybe it shouldn't have been extended because these episodes are not as long as last season. Last season, there was like 50-minute episodes, 53-minute episodes. These are shorter, significantly, like 6 minutes, and a Chucky episode is shorter.
And so, and that's why the Evelyn thing went on too long for me. And that, we don't have a lot of time to, focus on one in particular kill.
But my only counter to this idea of length, which I do agree, I kind of agree. Okay, I slightly agree. Because, like, for instance, when character stuff did happen, you were talking about, okay, but do we have time for this? Like when he's singing in his room and you were developing this relationship that could turn into more, Our last episode, they didn't spend anything on the kids whatsoever, and they only spent on trying to catch us up, which, once again, I loved. So no complaints. But I could see where complaints, are valid, where people talking about, is this a necessary episode? Is the placement necessary? Like, what was the point of this? Because now it's like we're fully fledged and all these episodes are together. So shouldn't have been, maybe that would be episode like 1 or 2. Set up where the storyline is and then jump into where we're going. Something like that. And so that's really interesting having to skip like ahead. Like that's the biggest.
The structure of this season is weird. I mean,
think especially because like in my head, even though I didn't love spending half the season with the new characters and then introducing everything else for the second half of the season for season 1, it almost worked better in a way. But I don't know. But the only thing we're really keeping from episode 3, outside of like him being older and things, which is very important, and Caroline is nowhere to be seen, at least at the very moment in time. She's still an important storyline, still driving a lot of characters forward and things like that, would be Tilly. But there's other ways to, I think, incorporate that where they didn't have to do it the way they did it. I don't know. It's interesting, and I think the structure is the problem with season 3 so far.
The Tiffany/Jennifer stuff at the moment feels very out of place. It feels like it's an outside thing going on within the show that really doesn't progress our story any more forward than last week's episode. That people, I think, would probably agree with you in that, where we both loved it, some people might think that took out of the story, trying to get back into it. Whereas I think the Tiffany stuff is interesting, but it's not really where we're leading to, unless it magically just finds a way to come back in by the end, which it very much could. I mean, some people I know complained about the Whodunit episode in season 2, like where is that going to go within the season? And then it came back in big old soiree by the end of the season with the exorcism and Glenda being there and Tiffany being there. So I have faith in Dawn to find a way to get everything to come together.
Yeah, I definitely do agree.
It's just right now the pieces of this puzzle are all over the place, and it's hard to find the ones that connect and the ones that don't. That's my biggest
That's
roundabout.
kind of where I'm at right now as well, which is why the question of where we stand is, I think, perfect, but also it's hard to answer because until I know the full picture, I really won't know how I feel about these early episodes. Because I always find, especially with Chucky, and the first 4 episodes are like the first 4 episodes and stuff are harder than the last 4. I think the last 4 they really find their footing and
Their
stuff.
footing.
And I really liked this episode. I really enjoyed all the different costumes. I'm like, I like how they all were good guy dolls in my opinion. I think they could have done a little bit more with it, like we talked about, but they've done so many big things with Halloween episodes in the past that maybe once again they're trying to bring it back in a little, which would make it more simpler.
Yeah.
Um,
This
also,
season has felt very simple.
so there's 2 things I found really interesting that we didn't touch on.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry. I wanted to mention. So there's 2 things that happen in this particular episode. Movie references that we should start paying more attention to. Obviously, Fan of the Opera was very clear. They had very clear intentions, but the movie that they're watching,
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein, the 2 scenes that they showed was her waking up, which is where Jennifer walks in, then her dying, which is where Jennifer and the conversation ends up ending. Those are the 2 scenes that are being shown. So I would have to wonder. One, I
What are you
personally,
thinking?
it could be a play on the voodoo-ness of it that she is awakening people through her spells,
Okay.
or it could be leading to something else. Because let's remember, how did Jennifer Tilly die originally? By being shocked and electrocuted in a bathtub with a toaster and being revived and realived in a little bell doll and birth Chucky. Kind of like, and that was a similarity that a lot of people made back then as well. Part of the reason why it's called the whatever, the title.
Bride of Chucky.
Right, the whole thing. It's the whole thing. So it could just be an homage being like, oh, look at this. We get to finally use like what our reference originally
Actual footage from the movie
was.
that would be based on, yeah.
Or is it
Are they hinting at her?
Where are we headed? Are we going to do the reverse here? Are we going to kill her off the same way we brought her in? Like I'm going to say let's put a pin
Would
in
that
it.
explain the Brad Dwarf maybe in the promo?
That's what I mean. So let's put a pin in it and figure out try to remember this. We'll see if we can. I'll rewatch these before the new ones come out. So I'm sure my brain will be there. But
so before we get off here, what's your biggest theory going into part 2? Like what's one thing on your mind that you really either think that's gonna happen or you think that has the possibility of happening?
Okay, so I still agree with my theory that if this is the final season and if we're looking for end games here, one, I don't necessarily think Chucky is going to die. I think if the doll dies, I think he could move it on. Because just the way people talked, like Dom Massini has talked about Chucky, it's not a character he personally wants to let go of anytime soon. And as long as the people want to continue making it in any capacity, then he wants to continue giving us Chucky, which makes sense. They're doing it perfectly. I don't want it to end. I would really hate for this to be the final season. It would feel very, very sweet. If they want to do the 4th season to be the final season, I'd like to know it before going in so I can have that feeling throughout the whole thing. I wouldn't want it to come back and be like, okay, we're going to end it, type of thing. I don't want it to be like, this is a shock series finale. That's not what I want personally. So that is a hope, that I don't think Chucky will die. But I also want to put out the theory again that Lexi and the president's son still have a high possibility of becoming the new Charles and Jennifer, Tiffany, because Lexi is too much I think that is a perfect development for that character, and why keep him around so much? Like, why build this relationship up other than to kill him off to move her character along? But they've already done that, and so we don't have to go back and rehash this whole thing. And he doesn't have the serial killer ways that Junior had, and so there's no way that I don't think Chucky could go in and manipulate it. So we got to figure out a cure.
I don't get a vibe from that guy using the doll as a beating weapon.
Yeah. So we got to figure out a cure. I'm curious
Mm-hmm.
to see what that is. Because obviously him doing the murdering, like the doctor said, was not the cure. So where is that going to go? Especially because a lot of the promo looks like it takes place still in the White House. So he has to figure out a way to get out of the White House. So I think that's what we're going to be mostly particularly like sticking on. Because there's no saying that the shot Brad Dourif is in the White House. It looks like it's murder from the White House. But a lot of their sets look the same because it's expensive to make a bunch of different sets, you know, in lots of different places and things like that. So it's very possible that it doesn't even take place there. And it, you know, it's Tiffany finally comes to the White House. And of course, the biggest question I have of all, what exactly is Caroline doing right now?
Yeah.
Genuinely want to know. Maybe don't stay on it for long. But
No.
I am curious to see what they ended up doing and where they ended up putting her. Because it's such a big thing. Also, if Jennifer doesn't end up in prison, stay in prison, what does that do for Nika? And are we going to continue visiting Andy outside of the dream sequence and Kyle? And are we going to bring any other characters in? Or is this their way of being like, guys, we're going to finish out the kids this season and then we'll continue on with the OG?
How crazy would it be? How crazy would it be if your theory comes out to be true and Lexi and the President's Son become Charles and Tiffany, and the next season is Devin and
Jake.
Devin and thank you. I should know this because it's your name. Devin and Jake are with Annie and Kyle tracking them down, and Devin
That's what I mean.
Sewell survives the season.
Oh, I also don't think Devin Sewell will survive this season. He died in episode 1 and episode 7 of season 1, and then he also died in episode 6 of season 2. And so I think his character just gets killed off towards the later half.
But unlike his other deaths, this has a giant repercussion.
That is very true, and I'm really curious to see what that means. Playing with presidency is hard.
I've always thought about that going into the season. Like, he's died every time, but he's not been a big tentpole, prolific person in society. Killing the president off is a huge, moment for the show. And like, does Chucky announce himself with that kind of kill? Yeah. And it's like, here I am, world, deal with it.
All right, well, that would be the review portion. I want to very quickly come out here and shout out the movie commentaries just because Chucky is ending. In case you guys want to see us live again, we obviously will be doing the podcast that's coming back from our seasonal break that we do. That is why I'm calling that. We'll be covering October in the podcast and any lasting stories that we deem important from the months prior. But we're going to be mostly focused on October when that does come back for anybody out there who is curious. But for movie commentaries, Zachary's this month is
Transformers.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. What is it? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Sorry. I have robots on the mind.
That is fine. That is his current favorite movie of the year, which is Transformers. And if you guys don't know, if you're familiar or not familiar with the channel, in December we watch our favorite movies of the year to make sure that they are our favorite movies of the year. It's an annual rewatch thing. Don't worry about it. When we watch one Christmas movie, it's the group pick. All that stuff has also been. We'll talk about it in December. Mine is Scream 6.
There you go. No, wait, is it?
Yes, it is. I thought about it because that's technically right because I was wrong when we talked about it the one time. It's Scream 6. Scream 6 and Bottoms will be the group pick. So at some point this coming up week, we'll be watching Across the Spider-Verse, and then we'll watch Scream 6 somewhere in the middle, and Bottoms at the end.
We should legit be really excited about this commentary for Spider-Verse. We've both seen the movie. That is very true. But we are going to watch a very different film for this commentary, and that makes me all the more excited for the review portion of this commentary.
See, I'm almost half tempted to watch the Netflix version while you watch the version.
Oh my God, Jacob, you should totally do it. I think that would be incredible.
Just to play around.
Jacob, you should totally do it. Let's do it. That is such a good idea.
Well, we will talk about it.
Oh, that's genius, Jacob. Man, there's a reason why you run this channel. That's it right there. Give him a round of applause, everybody. That's brilliant.
They could be the same version. They could not be.
It could be, but I think the review so much more interesting.
So You never really know. But that being said,
Oh,
Zachary, do you want to go ahead and do our good old outro?
as always, thank you guys very much for coming in and watching Dressed to Kill Chucky season 3 episode 4. I had a blast. This has been a lot of fun doing these guys with you guys. Obviously, we'll be returning next year with the second half of the season. So make sure to tune in for that as well.
Would like to mention for anybody out there, we are currently looking for another TV show to do this with in the
Because
following
clearly
month.
you guys like it.
In the following months, it's not Chucky, while Chucky is on its hiatus. So we don't know what that is yet, but when one comes our way,
When we
we
get
will
that
be.
epiphany, we'll let you know. Like, rate, subscribe, hit that comment section. What have you thought of the first half of the season 2 of season 2? Jesus Lord. What did you think of? I said, man. What did you think of season 3, part 1 of Chucky? Let us know in the comment section down below. Your theories, your speculations, all that fun stuff. Make sure to go check out the podcast. Go watch the Expendables trailer again because clearly you guys can't stop. And we will see y'all later. Goodbye, y'all.